A long time ago, an old farmer lived with his wife and their son Peter. One day, the farmer became very sick. Soon he died. The mother and son were alone now. The woman cried for many days. She was very sad. Peter tried to help his mother feel better, but she could not stop crying. After some time, she stopped crying and started to worry. She thought about their future. What would they do? How would they live? The farmer left them only $200. That was all they had. One day, almost all their food was gone. The mother gave Peter $100. She said, "Go to town, my son, buy salt, flour, and bread. This must last until spring." Peter walked to town. When Peter walked past the butcher shop, he saw many people standing there. The butcher tied an old dog to a tree. He was hitting the dog. Peter shouted, "Butcher, why are you hurting this poor dog?" The butcher said, "He ate my best meat this morning." Peter said, "He was only hungry. Let me buy him. I will give you $100. The butcher laughed. He said, "You must be crazy, but okay, take him." Peter untied the dog. He said softly, "I will call you Leo. You will live with my mother and me. You will be safe." The dog licked Peter's face. He was very happy. When Peter came home, his mother was very angry. She shouted, "You spent all our money on a dog. We have nothing left. This cake is our last food. That is dinner tonight." Peter tried to explain, but he said, "Mother, this dog will bring us luck," but she would not listen. That night, Peter shared his small piece of cake with Leo. The next day, Peter's mother gave him the last $100. She said, "Do not waste this money. Buy food or we will starve." Peter promised and went to town again. On the way, Peter saw a boy. The boy was dragging a cat with a rope. Peter cried, "Stop! Why are you hurting her?" The boy said, "She stole my mother's cookie. I will throw her in the river." Peter said, "I will buy her. Here, take $100. The boy laughed, but he agreed. Peter held the cat in his arms. He said, "Your name will be Pika." When Peter came home with the cat, his mother became very angry. She shouted, "You did it again. Get out of my house. Take your animals with you." So Peter left home with Leo and Pika. They walked for many days until they reached a village. There they met a priest. The priest said, "Hello, young man. Do you need work?" Peter said, "Yes." The priest said, "Work for me for 3 years. You will get food and a place to sleep. When the 3 years end, I will pay you well." Peter agreed. He worked hard for 3 years. When the time ended, the priest said, "You may choose your reward. You can have gold, silver, or this bag of sand." Peter thought for a moment. He thought, if he offers sand, it must mean something. Peter said, "I will take the sand." The priest smiled and gave it to him. The bag was heavy, but Peter carried it. Leo and Pika walked with him. After many days of walking, they came to a dark forest. In the middle of the forest, a fire burned around a young woman. She was tied to a tree. She cried, "Help me, please." Save me, and I will bring you good luck forever." Peter ran to her. He threw the bag of sand on the fire. The flames died. The woman said, "Thank you. You saved my life. I am the daughter of the king of elves. An evil king tried to destroy me." She gave Peter a golden ring. She said, "This is a magic ring. It can give you anything you wish, but never tell anyone its secret or you will suffer." Then she turned into a snake and disappeared into the forest. Peter looked at the ring. He told Leo and Pika, "We will never be poor again." He threw the ring from one hand to the other. Suddenly, 10 young men appeared. They said, "Oh, Master, tell us what you want." Peter said, "Take us home to my mother." They returned home. His mother cried with joy. She said, "My son, can you forgive me?" Peter said, "There is nothing to forgive. Our life will be happy now." Peter used the ring secretly. He brought food, clothes, and everything they needed. They lived well for many months. Then Peter thought about marriage. He said, "Mother, please go to the king. Ask if I may marry his daughter." His mother said, "Peter, that is impossible. The king will never agree." But Peter insisted. At the palace, the king laughed. He said, "A farmer's son wants my daughter. Bring me rich gifts. Then we will talk." Peter used the ring to make gold, jewels, and fine clothes. His mother brought them to the palace. The king was amazed, but still not happy. The governor said, "If this young man is truly wise, he must do 3 things. He must build a palace beside yours. He must build a silver bridge with trees that have gold and silver fruit. And he must build a great church. All of this must be done by morning. If not, he and his mother will die." When the king woke up the next morning, everything was there. The shining palace stood tall. The silver bridge was beautiful. The church was magnificent. The king had to agree to the marriage. The princess and Peter married. For a time, they lived happily. But the princess was proud and curious. She asked sweetly again and again, "How did you do all this?" Peter never told her. One night, she gave him too much wine. He told her about the ring. When he fell asleep, she took the ring. She wished herself and the whole palace away to another kingdom. The next morning, Peter woke up alone. Everything was gone. The king was very angry. He locked Peter in a tall tower. Peter had no food or water. Leo the dog came and saw what happened. He told Pika, "We must help him." They stole bread from the village. They brought it to Peter every day. Peter stayed alive. When a year passed, Leo said, "We must find the magic ring." They crossed mountains, rivers, and the sea. At last, they found the princess's palace. She still wore the ring. Only a mouse could reach her room. So Leo and Pika went to the Mouse Kingdom. They asked for help. The Mouse King sent a brave little mouse. The mouse stole the ring while the princess slept. The next morning, Leo and Pika had the ring. Pika carried it in her mouth. She climbed onto Leo's back. They crossed the sea again and returned to Peter. Pika climbed the tower wall. She threw the ring through the window. Peter caught it. He threw the ring from one hand to the other. The 10 young men appeared. He ordered food and music. Soon everyone in the village heard the music. Even the king heard it. When the king saw that Peter was alive, he forgave him. He listened to the whole story. Peter said kindly, "Please do not punish your daughter." The king was touched. He let her live. That night, Peter used the ring. He brought back the palace, the bridge, and the church. In the morning, the king saw them shining again. He was full of joy. The princess finally understood Peter's goodness. She grew to love him truly. Peter's mother came to live with them in the grand palace. She often said, "My son's kindness brought us everything." They lived happily together ever after, and Leo and Pica stayed by Peter's side all their days. The story teaches us that kindness to others, even animals, brings good things into our lives. When we help others without expecting anything back, we make true friends who will help us when we need them most. Peter's kind heart saved the animals, and later those animals saved him. True love and loyalty come from goodness, not from magic or riches.